To the Technical Trader at thetechtrader.com. It's Thursday, the 13th of July, and as we do every Thursday, a swing trade review of all the swings we've had, and there's been a lot of them, a lot of good ones too. Let's take a look at them, starting alphabetically with APP. It's been in a beautiful running channel. It first popped out here, we put a swing on it, then we hit the target number 1 and pull back. It's at target number 2 now, but I'm looking for extension to 32. ATEC. You can see ATEC had a pop and a breakout today, and it's been a beautiful year-long rally that's taken it from 6 to 18 at triple. But today's breakout has been thinking that it's headed to the low 20s, maybe 22. AUR popped yesterday, pulled back on an inside day today. Nevertheless, it's got a beautiful chart, base breakout and rising channel. Eventually looking for bar 50. Cdlx, large inverse head and shoulders. It popped out, we put a swing on it. Now been up for 6 days in a row, and I'm looking for a little bit more resistance, about 10.5, and then we're looking all the way up about 14.5. CLSK, well, the crypto world's doing great of late, and this stock's had a beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave advance at top of the channel and near lateral resistance as well, so it may be short-term extended, but looking for a consolidation and an extension to 910. Caribou, big pop, pullback. We put a swing on it, then ripped to the target 8 3/4. The next target is 10.5. Today's engulfing, well, not quite engulfing, but today's tail that it left after dipping all the way down to 663. Finished 802 up 26 cents. A really nice upside reversal. And if it gets to 8 3/4 again, 10.5 is your target. Carvana. Well, Carvana has been great to us twice this year, here and now here. It's in the midst of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave advance. As a matter of fact, yesterday's 44.64 hit my secondary target, and it pulled back yesterday afternoon and this morning. However, any advance here, we get you the high 50s. ENVX, as you can see, a beautiful rising channel, and at the top of the channel is being tagged here. Also, lateral resistance is in this area, so you may also get a pullback in wave 4. This would be a 1, 2, 3, and wave 4. The target now would be somewhere in the mid-20s. Fngr, what a monster move this had. We nailed it at 209. We got up to target number 1 at 4.5 and backed off, and it went from 2.5 to 715, 16 before backing up again. But look at the pullback this morning at 490, only to finish at 6 1/4, up 30 cents, indicating to me this goes higher. Now looking for the 8-9 zone. GSIT, looks like this explosive move and wedge then broke out. We put a swing on it. It worked out well for a while as it went from about 6 3/4, 7, well, to 9.5 before backing off. It's in the midst of a testing zone with key support at 5,510. If it holds, we may get a move up further beyond that. INMD, you can see the lateral price resistance base pattern and a breakaway gap 2 days ago with another follow through today and then a pullback. But this is the tech trader swing. I'm looking for a stock to go around the 49 level and then maybe around 56 beyond that. KOPN, base, breakout, wedge. And it looks to me like it's about to emerge. And if it is, a retest of 2.5 is warranted, but beyond that, 3.5 and 4 1/4 might be doable. LAZR, coming out again after we put a swing on it here and it popped for a few days and pulled back for a couple of months and based out, it's breaking out again, or at least it looked like it was. Today it reversed back to support and the breakout point. We'll have to see if it's able to resurrect itself, targeting 8 3/4 and 10.5. LI popped out on the flag and just kept going. It's one of my better swings of the last few weeks. This has now gone from low 20s to high 30s, and my target is in focus here at 40.41. Lightspeed popped, pulled back, popped again, and got to a lateral resistance zone. To me, the next target has to be upwards of 20. That's your massive resistance triple top there. Lift, inverse head and shoulders perhaps. It popped, we put a swing on it, it's back and fill for 2 days. If it flags and holds in here, your next target is 13.5 and then 16. MP finally making a move, coming out of a mini base with a breakaway gap and then a retest and fill of the gap. Now it's moved back up for 5 days in a row. My target is 29 at 33. MRAM, nice steady rising channel coming out of the base. My next target is 10 3/4, 11 1/4, and if it gets jiggy with it, 13 perhaps. NVDA, well, a great swing as it popped out, stalled for a day. I put a swing on it. I believe it's about 390 some odd. It's made it up to 464 today and closed near the highs for the day going away, actually, within pennies of the high, up 25 points. This looks like it's going to 500. OPRX, inverse head and shoulders forming, and the neckline right there, declining top line being broken. I believe this is headed high teens, low to mid 20s. Overstock, what a recovery on this one. Looks like a short covering run from 17 all the way into the low 30s, 32.84, almost 33, and then a sharp pullback to the gap, but that held. And now it's been up 5 days in a row. I think this could go to, say, mid to high 30s eventually. Plug breaks out, pulls back, and then starts again, and then took out the high today with a pop of about $1 or 8.7%. And I believe it's a $14 stock coming up. PPSI ran, coiled, pop flagged again, and then had a 5-wave advance before the pullback. Testing the double top and bouncing is a very bullish occurrence. The next target is 11 and 12. QBTS popped out today. I put a new swing on it. It looks like it wants to run. 3 3/4 and 5-year targets. Roblox also broke out of a multi-month coil and then pulled back a little bit, but today it resumed its advance with a slight gain of about 2%. Nevertheless, we get up to 48, and through that, then you're looking at 53. RIVN, one of the better swings of the year. As it popped out of the base, I put a swing on it right there. And for the mid-teens, it ran through the 26.7 zone before backing and filling for a few days here, but it looks pretty juicy. If it gets through here, you might very well see low to mid-30s. ROKU, coming out of a nice V bottom with a platform, it popped, pulled back, and tested the moving averages, and then ran again. This is the highest level on ROKU since August of last year. Now my target's 90 and 99. Shopify also popped out of a coil today. It looks like that can run. My targets are at 77 and 85. Snap, crackled and popped. No, seriously, it came out of a base. It's been running nicely, targeting 15 and 16 and a half. SSYS, what gave you that in May in the 15s? Got up to 2171 today. That looks like a takeover, but it might be as high as 24 and 26 before the takeover is actually completed. TBLA, Taboola coming through an ascending bull coil. This one could run. Your next target's 4.5 and 5 3/4. And finally, the little UIS came out of a long downtrend, popped. We put a swing on it, then back and filled for a while. I put a new swing on it because the way this has now looked to me, it's ready for prime time. In other words, looking for 5 3/4 and then 8 for this baby. Let's look at some of the top trades at the top swings at the techtrader.com. And this is HB signing off. Have a great evening, everybody. Talk to you tomorrow.